Welcome to the Stark State College Fall 2020 Unix Linux Network Administration course, Nett266. My name is Joseph Reed and I will be the instructor for this class. And this Start Here presentation will focus on the format of this class. On your Blackboard menu, under Home Page, you will find the link Start Here. Once you click on it, you will find the Start Here Introduction and Overview Day 1 video, which you are now reviewing. Now I want you to go through and review all of the resource items on this page before you go to any of the lessons. And first you will come to the course overview of some of the topics that we will be working on during the semester. We used to have a Linux server that we can connect into, but it's no longer in place because it was in violation of IT security policy here at Stark State. So I'm going to have to come up with some other option for how we're going to do some of the labs. Many of the hands-on labs about all of these topics that are listed may have some limitations when we start trying to actually get some server situation set up. We will strive, however, to have in-depth practice in all of these labs. Now, you are enrolled in the Unix Linux Web 3 class, which means that we won't be meeting face-to-face. However, if you ever have any challenging questions, understand that I definitely can meet with you by appointment, online, and the only way and the preferred way to get in touch with me is to send something to me through course messages, which is found in the Blackboard menu. This is the welcome from the instructor. After course interview, you have welcome from the instructor, which tells you a little bit about me. Now you'll notice that the required textbook is not a textbook at all, but what it is the Unix and Linux System Administration Handbook 5th edition. And the additional materials that you'll need as far as the minimum requirements will be a desktop or laptop computer with 64-bit CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and an internet connection with a 120 gigabyte hard drive or at least 120 gigabytes of space available. Now you're probably going to run this on either your laptop or desktop, or just add a USB drive to connect to your desktop or laptop. But if you think you have something unique or significantly special, let me know and we'll talk through it and make sure that you can hook that up. Next is your syllabus. You see we have the class syllabus. You can print this out. It is the class objectives, and it's the most important syllabus for you to follow. The master syllabus is Stark State's objectives that are in alignment with the class objectives. However, I would suggest that you download the class syllabus because that's what's going to pertain mostly to you, and you should print off the last page that has the detailed classes, activities, and assignments so that you'll know what to expect throughout the course of this semester. Now moving on down the list, you see expectations, yours and mine, and that's just what I expect of you and you should be expecting of me. Netiquette guidelines, so that whenever you make a post or you're finding yourself in a discussion post, they give you the appropriate guidelines regarding how you should write and respond to other students' posts. Next is how the grades are determined, and that's here. And this here is also covered in the syllabus. And then you have finally these two resources, Blackboard Basics for Students and Blackboard Student Resources website. I would say that at this point You're all pretty familiar with these two resources, but all the same, you can always go back and use them if you forgot something from the last semester or you've never worked with Blackboard before. Now make sure you go through all of these features here, all of these resources here. Make sure you go through all of these resources here before you go into lessons on the main menu. We have course messages, which we discussed earlier. This is how you can contact me. And then we have announcements. Now for week 1, you have start here. But I will change that, and I will either have it going to announcements, or I will have a link that goes directly to the lessons. Just be aware, if I have it going to the lessons, to check the announcements now and then. The next link you have is on your main menu is course calendar. And basically every class that you have will be listed here, and you can go in and check or uncheck them by color code. All the assignments day by day or week by week. Next is My Grades, and you can click on the All tab to see all the assignments. As we go into My Grades, you can see what I'm saying here. You can go in here, and I'm going to be changing some of this information here. Then you go into Graded, and this will show all the grades that you have accumulated, and since you haven't been submitting anything for a grade as of yet, there's nothing there. Then and upcoming lets you know what you can expect in the future, and submitted also shows what you submitted as time goes on. So you can always keep abreast of what's been graded, what's expected, and what you have submitted, so you'll know. And over here you can choose whatever order you want, what order you would prefer to see your grades sorted in. Going back to the main menu, I wanted you to know that I will attempt to get everything graded as quickly as possible because it's important for everyone to receive feedback as soon as possible. The next is the resources under text aid, such as Student Blackboard Help, Stark State College Resources, Stark State College Help Desk, My Survey Dashboard, and Help Desk. All of these, and Starfish, all of these should help you manipulate your information on Blackboard, as well as navigate throughout Blackboard easy. Back to the main menu, we should enter the link Lessons, and we should see what we're going to be doing this week. Now in week 1, we're going to install VMware Workstation Player 15 and install Ubuntu Linux version 20, and I will have links to both downloads. We want to make sure how to install Linux into a VM or to a virtual machine, and you can run it on top of either Windows or Mac. So you're basically running an operating system on top of an operating system. What else do you have is you will look at the information in the materials to read and review. Let's go into week 1. So you will go in there, and as it says here, version 1804, I'll change that to version 20. And you see what you have to read and review, and there will be a PowerPoint to help you install Linux. Also, your assignment for this week will be a quiz in Chapter 1, a lab to install the VMware Workstation Player and install Ubuntu Linux on VMware Workstation Player. And then coming up, you should be starting to read into Chapter 7 for scripting and the shell.